Hi everyone, I'm Michelle from Vitality Reconnected. Each week I share tips and information with you to help you reconnect with your inner vitality. This week, after many requests for my recipe, I'm putting together a little banana cake recipe for you all. It's nice and simple and easy for all of you to follow. So let's get into it. So this is our ingredients. I generally recommend about 5 or 6 big bananas depending on the size that they are. Now, the more black they go, the sweeter they become. So therefore, the sweeter your cake becomes. So let them go nice and black. With your coconut flour, you want about 1/4 to 1/2 a cup of coconut flour, no more, otherwise it'll just clag it all up. With your eggs, about 6 to 7 eggs, depending on the size of them. I'm pretty lucky from organic, I can end up with dinosaur eggs, so I don't quite need as many. A pinch of salt, and you also want to add in your cinnamon powder as well. I generally add about 2 teaspoons. And with your butter, you want to use about 1/2 a cup of butter. And you can add additionals in here too. You can also add vanilla powder, you can add cacao nibs, you can add all sorts of things to it. So this is just your basics and you can play out from there. To start off with, I'm going to melt my butter in my baking tray. This is what I call 2 birds, 1 stone. Instead of having to grease up my baking dish, I just melt it in while I'm preheating the oven and then I can pour it in later. So it makes it easier and I'm all for that. So you want to be baking it at 180 degrees so you can preheat the oven while you're sorting the next steps out. While your butter is melting in the oven, you can start on everything else. So just with your handheld mixer, I just blend up my bananas. The next step is to beat up all of your eggs. Now you can add in some allergy-free baking powder into this recipe as well, but it's totally optional. The longer that you beat the eggs for, I find the lighter and fluffier the cake becomes anyway, so it's really up to you. So from here we just combine everything together. So add in a nice pinch of salt, add in your 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, and as I said, if you wanted to add anything else in, here's where you can add in your additionals. Add the banana in, and then you can go and grab the butter out of the oven so it's all melty as well. So I've just poured the butter out of my dish into here as well. So now I'm going to use the hand mixer to blend all of those ingredients together. So once you've blended that up with your hand mixer, just pour that into your baking dish. Now you're going to bake it at 180 degrees for around about 1/2 hour to 40 minutes depending on the type of oven that you have. The way you check it is you just want a skewer to come out clean from the center. But me personally, I like my banana cakes to be a little bit more brown on top, so I leave them in just a little bit longer. And here we have our end product. Today I've just added it with a little bit of raw cream, but you can either just have it on its own or you can have it with some maple syrup, but it's just a beautiful snack or dessert or just yummy treat that's sugar-free and all yummy. So how did you enjoy this recipe? What tips and recipes would you like next? If you like what you see, make sure that you hit subscribe. I put new videos up every Monday.